Summer is here, and we have some crazy skills and units, and you guys are going to be really excited. This is nuts. Let's just jump right in. This duo is crazy, all of this stuff. I feel like we have more Brave Crom shenanigans. Let's look right at Shez first. All right, Sword Cav. We've seen a lot of these, but not really any that have shifted things since way back in, really like Brave Seliph and Brave Crom. Like the Brave Heroes were the last time we really got a big push, and this is it. This unit, so Surfer Spire, you can see this is pretty short. We get Canto remaining +1, which is really good. Speed +5, which is excellent. Unit attacks twice. So we've got dual phase Brave, and we've got true damage equals 20% of unit speed during combat. That is not a lot of things. That is some very good things. But then we combine that with Swift Slice. If unit initiates combat, or if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Omni +8 to unit during combat. If unit initiates combat against a non-dragon or non-beast infantry foe, and unit speed is greater than foe speed +20, grants effective against all weapon types to unit during combat. Otherwise, if unit initiates combat and unit speed is greater than foe speed +5, grants effective against all weapon types to unit during combat. This effectively means if you're not infantry, and then it's very easy to get effective damage on this unit. What can I say? This is kind of nuts. And keep in mind this, dragons and beasts, it's in the other boat. Like it has to be, yeah. Anyway, Swift Slice is really good. You've seen it so many times. This is in melee form though, and on a cav, and it combines itself with lull speed defense 4, and we're bringing Crom's shenanigans to the world apparently. So, inflicts speed defense -X on foe. X equals 4 plus number of bonus effects active on foe, and that's bonuses. Max 8. Excludes stat bonuses and neutralizes foes' bonuses to speed and defense from skills like Fortify Rally. So you've got the same old lull, but it's replaced instead of the, I believe it was -3 to speed and defense. You get 4 plus max of 8, so you get a max of 12. That is a huge shift. That is a shift of, if we're looking at speed, I mean, we're talking, if it's 8, then it's a shift of 20. So 4 plus 8 plus the attack speed defense res +8. Summoners, that is nuts. That's on speed and defense. This is crazy. This unit is really good. This unit is going to absolutely demolish things in a lot of different ways. The downside is this is a cav. I probably would have preferred a flyer here just because flyers have so many neat things. I really like, for instance, putting guidance 4 on this unit would be just nuts, right? But that's probably more my preference. Lots of folks love CAVs, and you've seen a lot of CAVs start coming into prevalence with some neat things from like from like Lind, where they just ignore terrain and just run over you. So I mean, summoner duels, this unit is going to be absolutely incredible, and I really can't wait to see what they do with this unit in the conga lines with Docker. I think she is going to be really good there. On Aether Raids offense, we have discussed whether this unit can be a Gale Force initiator, and the big problem is, of course, you don't have any kind of special cooldown. There are ways to get that, so keep that in mind. But still, the fact that you don't have that is not the best. But I think this unit should be able to meet heavy blade checks. Just know that really you would have, if you were pushing hard to meet heavy blade checks, you would have liked lull attack speed 4, which is already going to be so insanely expensive that you don't want to use that. I do have to say, I'm really annoyed that they keep giving us these incredible skills on units that we get on 1 or 2 banners, period. Like this will get this on this and a double special heroes, and then lull speed defense will fade into oblivion until sometime next year when they actually put it on a real unit. it's it's been the same with a lot of things, and I want some of these skills that are so neat in the standard pool. Guard 4, for instance. Give me that in the standard pool. I want to be able to use that on more units. Mystic Boost. Like, these are not game-breaking skills. This is a little better, but stop being so stingy. IS has a history of being stingy with their fodder, and I'm annoyed by it. This skill, if you fodder this unit, you give this to an arcane unit and hopefully give it to multiple people, because this is a very, very good skill. We've talked enough about this unit. I am very high on this unit. This is the Quad Queen. Quad effective damage with true damage on top of it. I don't even know. This is a really fun unit. I like this. This is Ephraim. This is an Axe Cav, which is not something we have just a ton of. Look at that space, though. That is nutty. That is a ton of ground. Now, you'll notice the speed there. Sky high attack, sky high defense, middling res. 16 speed. There is no amount of any kind of stat stacking that's going to get that speed into a respectable area. It's just not going to happen. That being said, I think this unit can do some very neat things. The ground covered is really nice, and we'll get into the skill here. Sea Foam Splitter. So you've got Slaying. At start of turn, if number of allies adjacent to unit is less than 2, grants unit can move less than or equal to. Gotta remember that. Grants unit can move 1 extra space, and that's that turn only. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, unit inflicts attack defense -6 on foe, and grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack. And reduces damage from foe's first attack by 40% during attack. That's already really good. Okay. Attack defense clash 4, we've seen it. Sunlight Bangle. If number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, inflicts attack defense -X on foe during combat. X equals 4 plus number of spaces from start position to end position of whoever initiated combat, max of 8. This is already really stacking up in the debuffs. We talked about how good Rains are right now. Unit attacks twice. That means we are getting Brave with this. Like, this is, And when unit deals damage to foe during combat, restores 7 HP to unit, triggers even if 0 damage is dealt. But also, if unit initiates combat, foe can counterattack before unit's first attack. I know what you're thinking, and this actually is really reminiscent of a lot of weapons we've seen in Fire Emblem in general. But this one, the theory that we've been having is this is to help with special cooldown. So, grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack. Let's say you have Gale Force, it's at 4 cooldown. The unit attacks into you first. So from there you get dropped down to 2 cooldown if they don't have guard. And then you have a Brave hit coming back at them. And this unit should be able to survive most melee damage. You saw all the debuffs and you saw all of the defense this unit has. For dragons, which is, really you're looking at this unit as a tank breaker. The only thing this unit is missing is true damage. So tank breaker. Anyway, we didn't even get to the 7 HP added. Summoners, this is a crazy unit. Alarm, attack defense is very good. I really want to put this unit as a Gale Force initiator. I really do. I have to get into the Sims and see how this unit does versus some of the near saviors. This is 2 Brave units to start off though. Like, that is kind of nutty. We're already going strong. What's next? That's so funny. So you can see proccing Bonfire right after it. That's nuts. Okay, Summer Princess La Rochelle. I'm really high on this unit. The art already looks good. Were we expecting anything else though? I mean, La Rochelle usually has pretty great art. Okay. Blade Session 3 is underrated and is really good fodder. Wrathful Staff 3 is underrated and is really good fodder. Earthwind Balm Plus. When healing an ally with a staff grants speed defense +6 to all allies for 1 turn. So we have Earth Balm Plus. That's a new one apparently. Seaside Parasol Plus though, this is an inheritable staff that's really good. At start of turn, inflicts guard on nearest foes within 5 spaces of unit, and foes within 2 spaces of those foes equipped with the skill that can trigger the savior effect. So this is really targeting saviors, which is not a bad way to go. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants attack speed +5 to unit and inflicts res -X on foe during combat. X equals number of bonus, and penalty effects active on foe ×4, max of 16, excludes stat bonuses and stat penalties. That's really good and can come in handy versus a lot of different types of units. I'm very high on this unit. I think this unit's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk about the ranking in a second, but I actually like this as a demote. I'm a fan. All right. And then the thing you've been waiting for, right? Well, first we see the bubbles. Yeah, I like that staff a lot. We have Shamir and Catherine. This is fantastic. They look great. And it's nice to have Allegra Clark back as well. All right. They're pausing this just to show you that we have the new Discord effect on this green archer. You see the stat line though, attack of 57, speed of 46. This is already looking very good. What have we got coming up next though? Partnership Bow. So we've got Slaying, we've got Effective Against Flying, of course. At start of turn, inflicts Discord and Panic on nearest foes within 5 spaces of unit and foes within 2 spaces of those foes. This is yet another thing that is really targeting any kind of save balls. They are going after those skills. We've already had the Sabotage effect, now this is up there. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants Omni +5 to unit, inflicts speed defense -X on foe during combat. X equals number of bonus and penalty effects active on foe ×4. Max of 16. It is not hard to get that 16, by the way. Understand that if this is on turn 1, though, on an AR map, you're only going to get the penalties because the bonuses have not activated from the other team yet. So I guess from that aspect, it's maybe not a turn 1 effect that you want to use. So we've got half tempo, which is amazing, and then effects on unit, effects that prevent units follow-up attack, and then half NFU. Fantastic. Discord inflicts attack speed res -. When are they going to change this? They already have an X in here. They need a Y. They have a Y and a Z. We have that many things going on here. So X equals 2 plus number of allies within 2 spaces of unit. Max 5 through its next action. So we get an Omni -5, which that's pretty good to add on to all of the other stuff that's going on here. It'll be good as a support as well as using this unit as a nuke. I think this unit sits better as a nuke. We'll talk about that in a second. Remote Sparrow, I am coming around to this skill. I like it more and more, especially in conjunction with what else this unit does. At start of combat, if unit's HP is less than 99% and unit initiates combat, or if foe's HP is 100% and unit initiates combat, inflicts defense res -4 on foe. So we've already got debuffs. Reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up, and unit's next attack deals damage equal to the total damage reduced. So this is the Ice Mirror effect that we've been looking. So it's debuffs, we've got Ice Mirror, and we've got damage reduction. Combined with the damage reduction in Remote Sparrow, this unit is going to be is going to survive a lot of things. The other thing we're seeing is that Fatal Smoke is gaining in momentum. Now, the thing about this unit, we were discussing this unit is really targeting more Omni tanks than it is save balls. Honest to God, I think that's where this unit is going to shine a little more. I think the color is right, and think of all the God Swords out there. And the big thing is the speed, and if she can stack enough speed. That's going to be the hardest thing, and I wish Brash Assault would have included a debuff to speed as well. We've seen how hard it is to keep up with some of these speedy units, but still, we get the extra Discord, the -5, you get the Omni +5, and you also get an additional Inflict Speed Defense minus X on unit, which can go up to 16, which is not hard. All in all, that is a huge swing. So, I mean, it's not Swift Slice huge, but it's pretty big. Summoners, I think this unit is an excellent nuke. We'll talk about the rankings in a second. I think this unit is going to be a lot of fun. I'm not just huge on Brash Assault 4. I think there are going to be very specific cases where it's fun. I think it is more of I'd probably put this as more of an SD effect rather than AR. And that's, I was thinking more on AR offense. On AR defense, I mean, but those two are so similar, like stack up wise. The SD and the arena defense, AR defense are very, very similar in what you want on a unit. So I think for those two, she's going to be very good, and it's going to be fun to see how folks use her. She's also a flyer. Honest to God, you want this unit with Guidance 4 because every flyer wants Guidance 4. It's just like that. But the Fatal Smoke 3 is good as well. I am waiting for Fatal Smoke 4. You guys know it's coming. So this unit's going to be hit hard. This unit is really targeting Omni tanks, although I think this unit is going to do just fine versus save balls as well. When I see her, what comes to mind is God Swords. I just see that all day. Keep in mind though, she's going to proc Deadeye no matter what. Like there's no stopping her unless you outspeed her, and save balls don't do a good job of that. So maybe the deal is you do want an Omni tank and you just want to stack the ever-living crud out of the speed on that unit. You'll also notice that Discord isn't a debuff, so we have so many folks using like the using Robin and the Grand Strategy effect, and so it's not going to trigger that, so that's good. Okay, duo skill. I completely blanked because I was talking about Omni tanks, and I love Omni tanks. This is a good duo skill. It's not amazing. So duo skills, the main use is going to be Arena and Summoner Duels. For Arena, I think this is actually really good. Gravity in Arena is phenomenal and way underrated. As far as Summoner Duels, I don't know. Like 5 sounds big, but when you actually look at it, come on, get going. Like 5 is the unit, and then 2 to the right and 2 to the left. And for a lot of the maps for Summoner Duels, you start in corners, and so it won't really be usable till turn 2, maybe turn 3 more likely. So for that, it's probably more of a stall tactic. I don't love the duo skill, but it's not bad by any means. I mean, it's Feud and Gravity are both very good effects. Whew. All right. So, you're seeing the 5 go everywhere. I mean, it's better than 3, right? The range is fine. It's just the normal starting positions just don't get as many units as you'd like. And we have so many warping effects. You've seen these before. I'm going to just touch on these real quick. Colorless, another demote. I guess that doesn't affect the pool because it doesn't go into the standard pool, but I don't know. Anyway, Yeah, I mean, the moral of the story here is you don't want to summon on blue, you really want to summon on green, and red's fantastic. I'll post this, you guys can dig through it. We don't really have to go over it too much here. I want to go over rankings because I'm torn on a lot of these units. Brave effects are sometimes hard to gauge. I really like Shez though.
I'm begging you.
There is a possibility, there is a world where Shez is a better unit, a better pure nuke than Seliph, yes, definitely. But Seliph has the miracle and the extra range, and that means a lot. It's what puts him over the top in so many ways. So, because he has that, I have him above Shez. I do think Shez is going to be a better tank breaker than Carla, which is nutty. And you guys can call me on that if that doesn't happen that way. Carla just absolutely destroys so many things when her specials proc. It is really, really nice. She's just so dependent on that, where I don't feel like Shez is as dependent. And then, of course, we have in Tier 1, we have the Kroms and the Summer Dimitri from last year, and these are all very good units. Keep that in mind. If you have Brave Erica, for instance, she's still very usable. Ulm, I mean, we've seen AoE Ulm just absolutely destroy things. So don't think if your unit's lower on this, that means too much, other than there are units that are newer and better. Shez, though, I wish she had Slang, and I wish she had Special Acceleration, because I think she would be an amazing Gale Force unit. But I mean, you can't argue with that package. It's very nice. We saw so many SD and ARD units in this. I would have liked to see a little more of a range. So I completely chickened out on Ephraim. I probably should have put him in the Gale Force Initiators. I think he would be very good at it. I worry about his damage output. That's the big thing. Like I'm not sure. I think he procs Gale Force very easily. I'm not sure he kills the thing that he's trying to kill before he procs Gale Force. So the Savior, basically. Yeah. If the Savior doesn't have any kind of null follow-up, but keep in mind, Hardy has null follow-up built in. Hardy Fighter does. So, yeah, I still, as a nuke, it sounds like I'm down on this unit, and I'm not. I think that's a very high ranking for him. I don't think he surpasses Carla. I think he is in that meta tier, and I think he ends up hitting harder than Crom, although Crom has some additional things that might make you want him more than Ephraim. I just love the extra range. I love the Brave effect. I think it is a really neat mechanic to let the foe hit first so that you can proc your special easier. All of that is really neat, and I enjoy that unit a lot. I might be too high on La Rochelle. I love the archetype. Flying healers right now are very good, and if you wanted to just utterly deck this unit out, I think she would reward you for it. And that's really what you're looking at here. I think this unit has a lot of potential. I love the fodder. I think this is good enough to be lower end of tier 1. Last but not least, it looks like I'm low on this unit. We went back and forth on where to put this unit. The problem is we have so many very good nukes. But let's remember that our meta tier nukes right now, and I really should have, I didn't update this with Hinoka. She is definitely up there, and we'll get that. She's amazing. But those are all seasonally locked. Tier 1 are units that are not seasonally locked, and I think Shez is going to be very good. The only reason I have her under Elise is because of the counter disrupt effect, and I think that is so important to taking out Omni tanks and saviors right now that it puts her a cut above a lot of other units. I still think Shamir. What is their together name? I don't even know. You guys will have to tell me in the comments what you think their name is. But I still think Shamir is very good. I don't have her high enough to put her into meta tier. I mean, Shez destroys things. Same with La Rochelle. Same with Veronica. But yeah, Summoners, this is still a very good ranking. If if Shamir's your favorite, you're gonna really enjoy this. So, real quick shout out to all the members. Thank you guys so much. You allow me to do so many fun things with this channel, and I appreciate it greatly. If you're looking for more content, I just did a meta report. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it goes over what I think is moving up and down in the meta and why. You'll see a lot of the reasons why I put these units where I do. Take care, and schedule an appointment with your FEHologist real soon.